Most difficult schedule in the NFL that belongs to the defending Super Bowl champs, the Rams. Look, it's hard enough to make it back to the Super Bowl. Only 7 teams have ever repeated winning. Last season, they went 12-5 in the regular season. What about this year?
Yeah, the Rams have an interesting schedule because it is the most difficult on paper. But one thing they do have, look, every team plays 17 games. The Rams are the only team in the NFL that gets to play 10 games in their home stadium because one of their road games is against the Los Angeles Chargers. So that's in SoFi. So that comes across as a huge advantage because you only have to travel 7 times the entire season. We've heard a lot about how the Steelers don't have to leave the Eastern time zone. Well, one thing that California teams hate and Pacific time zone teams hate is traveling to the Eastern time zone. And the Rams don't have to do that either. So those are a lot of things that are positive about the Rams schedule. Now, that being said, this is a very difficult schedule. I mean, we see the Cowboys, obviously their divisional games, Cardinals twice, 49ers twice. They have the Packers, Broncos, and Chargers as 3 of their final 4 games of the season. This is not a schedule where the Rams are going undefeated, but I do think they will do pretty well, and I think I'm going to say 11-6.
Yeah,
so let's go with 11.
None of that looks very pleasing if you're a Rams fan. Let's go to their division rival, the Cardinals, with the second toughest schedule out of the NFL. This is an interesting Cardinals team. Look, you had the drama with Kyler. DeAndre Hopkins is out the first 6 games. Last year, they were so good, and then they sort of went like this. What do you think about the Cardinals?
Yeah, the Cardinals seem to be a roller coaster ride every year. We know about Cliff Kingsbury's history with the team. He starts off hot, and then they fall flat on their face. I don't know they're going to be able to start off hot this year because DeAndre Hopkins is out the first 6 games, and we saw how bad that offense was last season when DeAndre Hopkins was out. And really, the Cardinals' problem is that this early season is their most winnable games, and it's not going to be easy to win those games without DeAndre Hopkins. And then when you get to the back end of the schedule, starting with this Week 10 game against the Rams that we see here, they have a brutal stretch where they face a bunch of teams that all finished last season with a winning record. You got Russell Wilson there. You've got Matt Stafford there. You've got the 49ers, the Chargers. So this is rough. And after making the playoffs last year, I do not think the Cardinals are going to make it this year, and I got them going 9-8.
The third most difficult schedule that belongs to the reigning AFC champs, the Bengals. Their win total, I've been looking on Caesars. It's set at 9.5 right now. The Browns are the favorite to win the division. The Bengals are tied with the Ravens. What do you feel about the Bengals and their win record this season, or their overall record, I should say?
Well, let's see. Everybody slept on the Bengals last year, and I think they're going to sleep on them again this year. People just like to nap around the Bengals. That's what it seems like. Looking at their schedule, the Bengals feel like a team that could actually get off to a hot start. I know they have that Cowboys game on the road in Week 2, but 3 of their first 4 games are very winnable. You take the Cowboys out, they open up against the Steelers. We don't know who the Steelers quarterback is going to be. It's going to be somebody who's starting with Pittsburgh for the first time ever, whether it's Mitchell Trubisky or Kenny Pickett. Then you get Zach Wilson, the Jets, in Week 3. Yes, I know the Jets upset the Bengals last season, but the Bengals will be going into New York with a chip on their shoulder, knowing that upset happened. And obviously, the home game against Tua and the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. So the Bengals have a schedule that sets up for a hot start, and as long as they can make that happen, I think they can actually beat last year's win total. They went 10-7 in 2021. I'm going to say 11-6 in 2022.
What about the over/under on John Breech tiers?
Well, if they win the Super Bowl, let's take the over. And if they lose the Super Bowl again, let's also take the over. I'm going to cry no matter what.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.